What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it. From what we've heard, the Taxstone situation, ever since it's been like a year now since Taxstone, the situation with the gun and all that craziness that went on, like a year ago, things is, crazy. So I don't feel like the need to go over everything that happened with Troy Ave and everything alleged, because the case is still going on. Nothing's closed. Some guy who was his friend, not his bodyguard, lost his life behind, this whatever happened in there that night, no matter who started it. And that's the bad thing that happens when you have an event such as that. When people come there to enjoy themselves, supposed to be about music, somebody else wants to make it about them. And it took away. Nobody really remembers who was performing that night. Even though it was T.I. is the main, the headliner of the event. He came out with the black eye, of the whole incident. Uncle Murder was there with Mano and everybody else. But they lost. All those guys end up losing because that night got marred by all the nonsense that took place with the shooting incident. So everybody lost that night. Mano, one of the girls he was with, she got shot. And fortunately for her, she lived. But she was a model. And now, mentally, they don't have to, they don't supposed to get scars on them. So she's got a scar on her leg, that's psychologically damaging. And Tax is pleaded guilty to bringing a firearm into the place. And his first month in jail, from what we know and what we've been told, hasn't been a very good one for him. It's been very rocky. And, he spent a month in a hole. From what we've heard so far, word on the streets. And he's got a lot of people in there that don't like him. Because he's kind of a street dude, too.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto East Alexander Street.
So, it is what it is.
Take the next right onto East Alexander Street.
Tired of this thing beeping like.
Continue on East Alexander Street for 1 mile.
So, basically, that's just the gist of it. It's nothing new, nothing more to it than that. So, that's all we know. But this is what I try to tell you all the time. People ask me about Taxstone podcasts, man. You think they can let him do the podcast from jail? Because his podcast is the best. I don't know about that. I don't know if what's the rules. Can he do it over the phone or? Because man, what I heard it was canceled. Period. And I don't know if that's such a good idea. When you're in jail like that, and
in a quarter mile, turn left onto Jim Johnson Road.
It's sad. It's really sad because he had money-making possibilities. Like, for real. He had this Charlemagne dude wrapped around his finger. He had everything revolving around him.
Turn left onto Jim Johnson Road.
For him to even go in that route. That's the sad part about it. Like, you didn't even need to bring a gun. You could have hired.
Continue for 3 miles.
You had paper coming in. Like some serious paper enough to, making some good money. So it was no need to go out on that note. allegedly, whatever went down in that place, I'm just saying, there's no need on either side. No need for that. No need for the friction. I mean, for real. Nobody stabbed nobody. Nobody had dropped anybody. So it was really no real beef between the two. That's what I'm saying. Now you got somebody facing major years, losing six-figure income, and behind bars, and, you know, fighting for their life, and all the people that's getting rich is these lawyers, these judges, and the jail system. They win. One brother dead, another one in jail. It's the cycle that we just cannot seem to break, and it breaks my heart to see that. It really does. I never root for that. You never hear me tell somebody, yo, man, why you ain't kill him? Or you, man, go get him. I don't want to see that. You know. But everybody be safe. Like I said, everything's a new year. Count your blessings. I remember I almost died 10 days after New Year's? Wasn't even 10 days. The first week out of New Year's, I got into a major car accident. Might be a year to go today. I gotta go back and check, but I know it was like the first week after New Year's. I took a chick to see Black Swan. We saw Black Swan. She was bored to death. So, after watching Black Swan, spent the New Year's with her. I talked to Mom. Matter of fact, she left me a voicemail. I talked to my mom the next day after New Year's and was involved in a car accident like 4 or 5 days later. Total the Durango, completely undrivable, and the rest is history. The rest is history. I came up out of that, and it was like I got a new jolt, like a jolt of energy, and we just hit the scene, hit the ground running. I tell you what, there's a...
In a quarter mile, turn right onto the I-4 East ramp.
There is there's something you should see. There is an incident where Sean interviewed me on YouTube. And after he does that interview, I think I had the accident like the next day.
Turn right onto the I-4 East ramp.
As soon as we first met each other, we did, like, he did an interview with me before we started working Boxing Socialist. And that accident really is what birthed Boxing Socialist.
In half a mile, merge onto I-4 East.
Because I had nothing but time on my hand to recover. And I was at home and I worked every day. Every single day. Every night. It didn't stop. Then everybody got to really know my presence on the internet a lot. It was like, man, this dude is relentless. He don't stop. Because I feel like I'm on borrowed time. I'm on another life, because I could have been gone right there. If my life would have ended right there, been a sad story. Never really had nothing for myself at that point. It was like life had beat me at that point. If I'd have went out right there. So that's why I be like, man, dude, y'all out of jail, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got these opportunities. Do something, you know, every day. Try to do something. Don't waste your life. Don't be thinking like, man, when I get 30, get 40, there's no guarantee. Anything can happen. And it usually always do. There's a lot of people going off this earth probably saying, man, if I had one more day, if I'd have known I had one more day, I'd at least did this. I'd at least did that. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that, at least I could have done this, I could have done that guy. You want to be the guy to say, at least I did that. You know, I'm content. Nobody gonna want to go, but you'd rather be content with how you go. So definitely take care of yourself. And as far as tax and revenge on tax, if he gets out, he can get out at 10 and still come out and do his thing. I don't know, man. All I know is I just hope he mentally gets out of it. Jail changes people. Because you have to change your mindset going in. And your mindset got to change while you in there. You can't live like you live around the crib. It's like people going to war and they come back. They can't, you know, it's hard for them. They got to get their bearings back to being in this world. Because believe me, in that world, it's a lot different. Everything's a danger. Everything's a threat. So your body's alert system is already turned on. You can't just walk past that garbage can. You just can't walk past that lady who's dressed up like a hobo. You just got it. Everything's on, you know, alert. So you got to be, you know, sharp at all times. So some people come back and have problems adjusting, and to being able to go back on another tour and be able to pay attention to detail, you know, and focus. That was always a major problem, the focus. So if he stays focused, he can come out and do all kind of things, man. But if you're involved in nonsense, that stuff will follow you. You can't be involved in nonsense. Nonsense will bring you down every time. You see what DJ, what's his name, is doing? Just nonsense now. You know, DJ Ack is involved in a lot of nonsense. Like these last couple of days, I mean, that just shows you that's the kind of mentality he has. Like, he wants to be a rapper for some reason. Like, he wants to be like one of them. And I'm like, why would you want to be a rapper right now? In this climate. It's like he wants the fame. He wants that stuff. So is that your name? I mean, that what you want? Go after it. Me, I just take the check. Just cut the check. I'm out.